Good evening. I trust everyone is well. Sorry, man, I got a little bit of a chip on my shoulder, but we're gonna air it out. Drew Titan Bronze on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. This is a Painful Excellence podcast. Salute, family. Kane the bad guy, Jared, Black Vision. I caught the tail end of y'all live hours at work, man. That's a good start. I like it. Salute to the Black Vision. Flatboy Plays. They went live first time. I'd say it's a success. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. Queen, salute. Rod Neal. Love is the word. Jerome King. Frank from the land. Flatboy Plays, yes sir. Nathan Chavez. Neil Cool. Shauna, salute. Let's get right to it. Question to the ladies. Has making a man happy become foreign to you? And I have foreign in quotes. All right. Has it become foreign? Because I'm wondering, modern women, are they so caught up in what they feel they deserve that they completely disregard a man's happiness? Talk about modern women today, y'all. Modern women. The question: are modern women, right? Has making a man happy become foreign to you? Are women today so caught up in I deserve that they just disregard what a man deserves? Because this leads to a lot of brothers waving the white flag. But what happens is when men wave the white flag, that don't mean they're waving the white flag like, and they're gonna just become monks. They exercise their options, and modern women start wondering, what happened? And JC, salute. Let me know if you want to link, brother. And the thing is, I've been talking about this for weeks now, man. I'm talking to black people in particular. We're in a time of crisis. We need each other more than ever now. The only way we're gonna, survive this era that we're in is we have to understand our roles, accept certain things, and move forward. Let me send JC this link real quick. Sent it, brother. And the things that I'm seeing lately are just fucking disgusting, man. And believe it or not, cop killer salute. Believe it or not, man, I've actually been very, very patient with this thing. But every time I mention something, I do get a little resistance, but I'm glad it's not only me, because there's brothers out here making it worse. No one's taking accountability. No one's taking accountability. When I talk to these young men that had it up to here, over their head, and now they're at a point where they're midway through their life, they're midway through their careers, they're in their late 30s, they're about to reach their financial stride, and they're about to reach their financial stride, and they got to protect their assets. JC, what's good?
What's happening, bro? What's up, chat?
I'm a little upset with this. Because I had a conversation with a brother. I'm not gonna put out what he does, but this young man is in his late 30s, and he's en route to hitting his financial stride. And you talking about money? This fella is approaching a strong 6 figures. I'm talking in the low 200,000s. He has no children. He's on his own. This man, by 2025, will completely have paid off his college debt. This man just purchased a home. This man, with the help of his dad, he bought a vehicle outright. He's a catch. And he's like, yo, I'm scared, man. I said, what you scared of? I said, yo, man, look what's out here. I want to make my parents grandparents, but I have to protect my assets, man. And he said, I'm looking around. I got nothing. And the dates that he did go on where he was kind of sort of feeling the chick, they had a couple of kids, like more than one. And he said, you know, he basically just walked. So look, he basically wanted a fresh pair of ovaries. And I'm like, And one of the things that, of course, he's considering is leaving the country. He said, this can't be it. I've tried. This can't be it. And I said, well, you know, explore your options, young man. Teach, what up? Then he comes back and says, yeah, I've been had my passport, but there's some sort of movement and they trying to cut brothers down. Felicia, what up? They're trying to cut brothers down I said, bro, are they living your life? Go, explore. I'm not saying you gotta do it, but go see what's out there. You don't have to stay here. What rule says you have to stay here? Interesting. What rule? And then I saw this goddamn news article, or this news report. I'm gonna play the audio. Hold on, I'm reading something. I'm not gonna entertain it. Night Train salute. In Houston, Fox. Passport bros accused of sex tourism tracking. And I'm reading this like, what the fuck is this? And this shit is annoying because I listened to this and there's a brother on here. What is his name? Isaiah. He has a segment called the Isaiah Factor. Philip D, salute. He has a segment called the Isaiah Factor. And the first thing I noticed was, as he's talking about this movement, the only people that he had on his panel to talk about this movement were 2 black women. I say, well, that's a mistake right there. No, Shauna, you're wrong. It's not divide and conquer. You're absolutely wrong about that. You are absolutely wrong. And I'm going to play this for y'all. And I'm going to piece this apart. And this plays into what I said. It's making a man happy become foreign to you. It's a play on words. I don't know if you caught it yet. This is not divide and conquer. You know what was divide and conquer? In 1965, when black women took the help of the government over having a black man in the house. That was divide and conquer. Know your history. This passport shit, after 50 plus years of that, this passport brother shit, is a result of that shit long term. Single moms raising boys, boys not knowing how to be men. Decades later, what do we get? And when I get on here and I say, yo, we gotta change this shit, there's a bunch of women that'll probably listen to this and say, it's not us. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Let me ask you, tell me why a man would want to stay here. The man that I just described to you, tell me why would you want him to stay here? Why? What the fuck is over here for him? Tell me. Sean, I know your history. That's all I'm gonna say. You're a woman of a certain age. 1965, y'all accepted the welfare system rather than having a man in the house. You could not accept welfare if there was a man in the house. We all know that. They gave y'all access to an education. Decades later, I could do bad all by myself. And this is where we at. John Pound, salute. I don't need no man that's divide and conquer. That's exactly what it is. So if you was raising a son, some of you have sons. If you was raising a son, what would you tell him to pick in a woman? And then tell me where to find that woman here on this soil. Go ahead. Go ahead. Women are the first leaders of the household. Why? Y'all are around the children the most. They learn from you. What are these kids learning today? I just saw a fucking video on Instagram, and I was hoping I misread it, but it was a Catholic school dancing, these girls dancing to the clean version of a Meg Thee Stallion song. And did I see white girls twerking? Did I see that? JC, did I miss see that, or was that real? That was real, right?
I didn't see it, but I trust you. I didn't see it.
Brother, I saw it. Fred wrote a letter to the school, and they responded to him. It's on Instagram. This is what our culture is. Remember when I asked you, when you think of black culture in America, what do you think of? Who are we? I asked this question the other night. Who are we now, as of right now? You'll see a couple of athletes pop up. You'll see these rappers pop up. You'll see Meg Thee Stallion pop up. Meg Thee Stallion, I promise you, does not represent any form of me or my household. Get the fuck out of here. Kanye West does not represent me. These are our representatives. So when you think of Black American culture, who are we? I asked that for a reason. Y'all think I just do these shows? I asked you this for a reason. Because when I bring up the Passport Bros, I'm telling y'all, it didn't just happen. It's an accumulation of bullshit. And there's nothing wrong with these men exploring their options. And what's happening is, this young fella that I was talking to, they're getting shamed. Shamed for saying, yo, look, it's not working out here. Let me see what else is out there. These men are learning now that they don't have to stay here. They can explore their options. And what's happening? These women, Village Brothers, salute, woke, salute. These women are shaming these brothers for exploring their options. And now it's getting to a point where that's dangerous. It's dangerous. This radio's world, I agree. And that's who we are supposed to be. Who we are supposed to be, who we really are, in my heart of hearts, who we really are, is not who we are portrayed to be. We can agree with that. When you say Black American, the first thing that pops up in a foreigner's mind is some athlete or some rapper. And that is a sad state of affairs, because what you just said, that's who we are. Let me put that up. Night train salute. This is who we are. This is who we are. Greatness. This is who we are. Look at that. This is who we are. Our sister Diana Branch, her son is a doctor. That's who we are. But go to a foreigner. Automatically, when you land in a plane, some of them, they think we all rap, we all sing, we know Denzel and know LeBron James. They don't see us often. So they have a preconceived notion of who we are. They don't know that we're doctors and lawyers. They don't know that. They don't know that. So what I was dealing with the other day was this young king who makes great money. And what he is scared of, he doesn't want to make a mistake. And why he was talking to me was because his parents really didn't know. Their parents are old school. His parents was old school. They didn't know what to tell him exactly. Which is why I found out I was in the middle of a council session. They didn't know what to tell him. I said, well, because that's what I asked him. I said, what did your father say, man? He said, yo, my dad looks around now. He don't know what to tell me, be honest. My mother, same thing. I said, oh shit. And then I thought about it, and I said, well, damn, I get it. They don't want to tell him the wrong thing. Keep dating, son, you'll find someone. Okay, son, she got a couple of kids, that's the best you can do. And I'm not saying women with children are bad. I'm just saying it's okay for a man to want a fresh pair of ovaries. So then he said, yo, I might have to edge you 100 salute. I might have to get on a plane and go somewhere. And I said, brother, there's nothing wrong with that. He comes back literally a day later. He said, you know, they're cutting down black brothers for traveling? I said, what do you mean? He said, you ever heard of the passport bros? And I said, oh shit. I didn't want to tell him about it. But in 24 hours, he started searching online and all of this shit started coming up. So first of all, let's go through some things. I want you guys to understand something. That term, Big Texas salute, that term passport bros has become code for black men. It's become code. Make no mistake about it. Flomo was a code for black fight fan. But black fans, not black fight fan himself, but black fighter fans like us. We were Flomos. That was code for nigger. It was. Y'all remember that? Going on 11 years now. That was code. The demographics. Steve Kim called us the demographics, the black fight fans. That was code for nigger. Like that. So this passport bro shit, bro. Mind you, let me be clear. White people have been traveling for years. They had no name. They've been traveling for years. Nobody said anything when those Europeans were going to those weird parts of Africa and sleeping with underage minors. Let's just say that. That's been happening for years. They had no name. The second black Americans figure out we ain't gotta stay here. It's not that expensive to travel like we thought. And what's happening is the men that are exercising their options, you know what's happening? They're getting shamed. Why? Because for decades, those were the fallback dudes. Those are the dudes in the friend zone. Those are the lames. Those are the corny dudes. Right? Those women who fucked off their youth, probably made a baby. Those were the dudes they were looking to fall back on. And now they're looking, they're like, oh shit, they're traveling now? We can't have that. But let me tell you what's dangerous. A situation happened in Brazil with a certain YouTuber. It is completely blown out of proportion. Andrew 100, I already told you that I heard the same shit was going on in the UK. I'm not concerned about the UK right now. I'm concerned about Black Americans. So I understand. And feminism is a worldwide cancer. Cancer, it is. It's a cancer. This might hurt a little bit, but this world was built by men. Name a nation that was built by women that exists. I know of one. The Amazon, where fucking Wonder Woman is from. Next. And that bitch ain't real. Fuck out of here. So let's get to this goddamn article. Let's go this newscast. Let's get to this. Listen to this, y'all.
And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Is sex in your travel itinerary? It's one of the travel goals for a community called the Passport Bros, meaning brothers. It's a traveling community of upwardly mobile Black men. Some are accused of going around the world searching for a more traditional and submissive wife. But is it all about sex and just a girlfriend for hire and then return home to humiliate Black women in America? That's the controversy that we're dealing with.
Oh my God. You want to go on that first, JC? Go ahead.
It's just like, can y'all hear me?
Yep.
It's just like the word masculinity. Anytime, you know what I'm saying, there's a word that's you know, that's something positive or something that means something, they'll turn it around and make it toxic. Why do the men have to go away just to come back to degrade our own women? It doesn't make any sense. In like any situation, if you're in a situation where you're not happy, whether it's a job, even a relationship, or where you're living, you go do something about it. And it's just a case where there's guys that's fed up with what they have dealt with as far as their experiences and decided to go and chase a dream somewhere else. What's wrong with it? And, you know, not to get too far ahead, you know, there's a lot of women bashing men. This guy here obviously trying to get some pussy because the way he already talking, I know he's trying to get some points, is bashing something that, you know what I'm saying, for if you're already independent, don't care about no man and all that, why is it a big problem that these people that you don't care about going somewhere else to find love and happiness? They want a traditional woman. You're not a traditional woman, so what are you worrying about it? Find somebody that wants what you are. You a modern woman, find you a man that wants to deal with that. I can tell you now, usually a man that deals with modern women is usually a beta. Because usually an alpha's not going to put up with that bullshit. So if every time I look around, the passport bros is getting bashed, but at the same time by the same people that claim they don't need a man or they can do this by themselves, or you know what I'm saying, they want to, you know, it just baffles me. So man, let the men go be happy. And I said one other thing, Drew, and I hope I ain't getting beyond myself. You look at a lot of these Black athletes these days, what are they marrying? Most of them is got, you know, I hate to say it, a white woman on the side. Now, granted, I'm a brother. I want a sister on my side, but these guys is marrying white women. And then on top of that, you don't hear about no movement where men from other countries They're trying to make their way over here to get an American woman, a sister. The movement is the guys that's here is trying to go elsewhere to find a traditional woman. I mean, make it make sense. But it's the men. It's the men. We always getting blamed for whatever. Everything that we do is always getting turned around to a negative light. And instead of women being like, well, maybe we need to change our tune and see what's going on and fuck the Meg Thee Stallion, the hot girl summer shit, and maybe we need to see what can we do to keep our brothers over here. No, what you do? Too much pride for that. Just want to talk shit about it, and then when they come back happy and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Then you know you're a weak ass man because you couldn't handle a sister. Who wants to handle problems? That's all I got for it right now. Salute to the chat.
Feminism gave women an option, thank God. That's what Shauna TV says. Okay. No. Let me read you a fact. Feminism grew substantially in the late 1960s. No, I'm sorry, in the 1960s, with supporters arguing that women should have complete control over her own body. Supporters of the feminist movement also argued that women should be able to pursue men in the same way men traditionally approach women, and made efforts to change the negative attitudes usually associated with women that decided to have sex before marriage. Does anybody see a problem with what I just read? Does anybody see a problem with what I just read? Does anybody see a problem with what I just read? I'll read it again. This is in reference to hookup culture. Feminism grew substantially in the 1960s with supporters arguing that women should have complete control over their body. Supporters of the feminist movement also argued that women should be able to pursue men the same way men traditionally approached women, and made efforts to change the negative attitudes usually associated with women that decided to have sex before marriage. Now, feminism gave women an option, as Shauna said. Gave them an option. She said, thank God. So, it's okay for a woman to aggressively approach a man sexually. Feminists said it's okay, but I read an article on more than one occasion here that said the women that started feminism, that enabled it, it was all bullshit. I did a whole show on it. In the 1960s, she worked for Cosmo. It was all a setup, and y'all bought into it. And what do we have now? We have disarray. We have people out of order. We have men acting like women because they're raised by single women who pursued a man and fucked them, and she don't need no man. Now she's just stuck raising a boy, and the boy is out of order. And she's raising the girl by herself, and the girl's raised in the image of her fucking mother. Can I ask you a question? Without family, who are we as a society? We're all broken up. I'm not just talking. Look at our society right now. Look at it. Look at it. And stop me when I'm lying. So this is what feminism, this is the option that you're enabling, Shauna. This is what you're enabling. This shit. It was bullshit. I did a show on it months ago. I put the link to the fucking article in the chat. The woman said she did it to sell magazines. You know how many girls fly over to New York thinking they're gonna live that fucking Sex in the City life? It don't go like that. You come down here, you hook up with some dude, you get turned out. If you don't get pregnant, you're lucky. If you don't get an STD, you're lucky. If I can make it here, I can make it anywhere. It don't work out for everybody like that. They usually go up back home in the Midwest with their tail between their legs. Is this our society? She made it up. And you're saying that it was an option, thank God? Do you know what you're talking about? No, you don't. You don't. And let me tell you something. There's a lot of women that are sexually aggressive that press men that get fucked. But do they get married? I would say 95% no. And that's just a guess. That's just a guess. They don't get married. They don't get the ring. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, not everyone wants to be married. Okay, you don't. What's your retirement plan? All this stick with your chest stuck out, with your titties out. Oh, I could be bad. I could be by myself. I'm doing just fine. When you're 70 years old, it's harder for you to get the fuck out of bed. You're gonna wish you had a husband there. Your age or somewhat else, just to be there to be around you to the home stretch of your life. Who are we as a society? That's the question. And when you big up feminism, you big up disarray. Sleeping around is cool in your 20s, in your teens. But as you get older, you should be focusing on your career, your retirement, your credit score, where you're living. You're supposed to be the best person you could be. And what the passport bros is, they're not a bunch of dudes running around the world trying to bang people in lesser countries. These guys are trying to find traditional women. And they're getting shamed for it. This young brother I was talking to, I feel for him. He's approaching 200K a year. He has to protect his assets, and there's nothing but trouble out here for him. I didn't know what to tell him. Other than, yo, no. Travel, bro. And see what's out there. You don't have to stay here, man. Whether you're Newark, New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia, San Diego, whatever, I'm sure there's a good woman in America somewhere. I'm sure there's a traditional woman somewhere. But the brother lives in New York, New Rochelle to be exact. He don't have to stay here. Because he's a target. Now I know what y'all gonna say. Oh, he could be a target in the other country. Yeah. But so what? You're a target over there, you're a target right here. He can get robbed and taken for his money over there. The same shit can happen over here. Philip D. Redden says, sweet feminists, that the Swedish women are now trying to ban Thai people because the men are marrying up the women. You know why? Because Sweden has a feminist movement up there. And the men are sick of it. And they're trying to use the government to stop a race of people to coming into Sweden. This is where we're going, ladies and gentlemen. Is that freedom? Is that freedom? Is that freedom? Now let me say this. Thank you. This is gonna apply, let it fly. But I'm talking about modern women. If you're not a modern woman, I'm not talking to you.
Right.
And I'll say it again. If you're not a modern woman, I'm not talking to you. I didn't get mad when TLC talked about scrubs. I laughed. I said, oh shit, because you know why? They're all niggas running around like that. They don't talking to them. It wasn't talking to me. Sporty Thieves fired right back that summer. Sporty Thieves from up here in the Bronx. They came out with pigeons. Uh-oh, y'all chicks ain't getting nada. Uh-oh, your pussy ain't worth the Ramada. They came out with pigeons. I laughed at that. It wasn't as mad at that than they were men at the stuff. I don't care. But did I say anything wrong thus far? What I'm talking about is showing feminism is bullshit. I don't care what you say. It's bullshit and it fucked us up. I don't think that bitch is worth that shit. I don't think she's gonna get this bad. Go back to my show and I read the article. She told you she made that shit up. Sexual freedom and all this other bullshit. She was a child. Huh?
trying to get you.
Here we go. They do this all the time. Unbelievable.
Sound better now.
Crazy. Let me play some of this. Back to the article.
One of its members, Austin Holman, is apologizing for comments that he made about Brazilian women. Take a listen.
What I meant by when I said that Brazilian women are easy, and I shouldn't use the word easy. I know that now. I'm sorry. But what I'm saying is, for a man that's well-mannered, well-dressed, that has put in the effort to raise himself, he would have an easier time in Brazil as opposed to where I was from. That wasn't always the case.
Both of them.
Now, Austin Holman is a passport brother. Okay? Austin Holman is a passport brother. And he's a YouTuber. He does videos in Brazil. He went up to a white Brazilian woman and asked her, would he date her? Would she date him? She said yes. Would you kiss me at the end of the first date? She said yes. And would you go home with me if you was feeling me? She said yes. And then he said, yeah, brothers, y'all need to come to Brazil. That was blown out of proportion. The feminists got a hold of that. They start trying to kick him out the country, where the feminists are trying to protest him and kick him out the country. Out the country. And that's not what he meant. They blew the shit out of proportion. What he meant was, you have an easier way to go out here. Not because the women are loose. They're more feminine, they're more friendly. He couldn't have that conversation with a woman in America. But let's listen.
Around the world are speaking out against the passport bros.
Women are speaking out against the passport bros. But I thought they didn't care.
These guys are using their status to take advantage of women and even calling it a form of sex tourism and sex trafficking. Let's talk about it. Communicate.
Sex tourism and sex trafficking. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I got some shit for this, but go ahead. Let me watch this.
And Rochelle, Jim and I both are here on The Factor Uncensored. We were supposed to do this last week. We're doing it this week. You have done a lot of research.
Fair use.
What you've heard about passport bros, your opinion on this so-called group.
Let me tell you, they weren't even on my radar. You brought it up to me, and then I saw it, and I was just like, oh, that's cute. Guys go and get their passports. My son just got his passport last week. He's 9, so that's cool.
My son just got his passport last week. He's 9. Now, let me explain to you what I'm looking at right here. These are two sisters, two black women. This chick talking right now got half her skirt, I guess, moved to the side. She's showing a lot of leg. The other sister is sitting there, and she just heard about this last week, she just said. How much research do you think she's done in a fucking week to come sit there and talk about this? I'm asking, do you think she's qualified to have this conversation? This shit is not fair. I couldn't be sitting here. Because right here, she's speaking out of ignorance. I'm gonna make my point though. But go ahead, I'm gonna have a talk.
Passport brothers, that's what's up. Then I started doing the research, and I'm like, wait a minute. Because I grew up, with 2-parent household. My parents still happily married. I grew up in love. Some people grew up in survival.
She grew up in love. She came from a 2-parent household. Some people grew up in survival mode. Her son just got her passport. You know what I heard about this woman talking right here? Her name is Michelle Gemini. My brother Dave was reviewing this very sorry, I was reading something. My friend Dave, that dude named Dave, was talking about this very interview on his show earlier. Michelle Gemini, someone said in the chat, I didn't review it yet. She's a poet. That's what it says she does for a living. She's a poet. Okay. But someone also said she has a fucking OnlyFans. What? You heard me. And she has a son. She's a poet. That's her trade. Now, I don't know if she does it for a living, but it says here, poet. And I heard she has her OnlyFans. This is what I heard. I didn't research it yet. Jazz Jamboree in the building. Hen dog, salute. So, my son, 9 years old. I wonder if both these black women sitting here are married. Because that's the pipe bomb. That would be, if I was sitting here and they came to me, I'd have turned to them and politely asked, are y'all married?
They're not. No
I bet
ring.
they're not. I bet they're not. But she has a 9-year-old son. Automatically, she has no fucking opinion about what these brothers is doing. Because she got slammed up. Well, old school salute. She got slammed up. And whatever happened, she's not married. She got a 9-year-old. Now let me Google her real quick. Michelle Gemini.
Salute William Old School. My Tay. Juice. Black Vision. What's good?
Michelle Gemini.
Shana TV.
I think this ain't her. Michelle with 2 L's.
Top killer. Village brother.
Michelle Gemini. Somebody on Dave's joint said she got an OnlyFans. Is this her? Nah, this ain't her. Someone said she got an OnlyFans. And I didn't research it. And I'm gonna find out. And if she does, with a 9-year-old and a single mother, she better not have a goddamn OnlyFans with an opinion on the passport bros. I'm gonna do the research, y'all. But these are the people they got to sit there and talk about black men. This passport bros has been code for black men leaving the country. And the picture that's painted about them is that they're going there to freak off. What Theo say? Wow! Jamel, what up? Look at that, y'all. See? Can you post the link? Is there anything, like nothing dirty, but anything with her picture on it? She got her OnlyFans. What the fuck is she doing with her OnlyFans and a 9-year-old? And she's a poet for a living.
Money. Single income. Money.
But you're supposed to listen to her about brothers leaving the country. Guess what? Just me and you in it, right? These brothers are leaving the country because they don't want to deal with women like Michelle.
Whoa!
What? You heard me? But you're supposed to listen to her. Ladies, you're supposed to listen to her. A woman that's a single mother. You know what? That's not even, you know what? She gotta be single. I don't know what dude would allow his wife to have an OnlyFans. Oh, but he can't tell her what to do. Let me explain something to you. Men, unless you get down like that and you trick it, there's something wrong with you if you allow your wife to have an OnlyFans, and if she chooses her OnlyFans, then she don't give a fuck about your marriage. You get away from that bitch. Not for y'all to be walking down the street and some fucking freak hop out a dark fucking alley on you. Oh, I follow you every day. I done spent millions of dollars on you. Oh, your jerk face 3007? Yeah. So these are the women giving us their opinion on passport bros. She's knocking men looking for a traditional woman abroad, but she's the mother of a 9-year-old and has an OnlyFans, and she's a poet for a living. Fellas, imagine that sitting across from you at the dinner table. So yeah, I do this and that, and I make $75,000 a year. What do you do? Oh well, I'm a poet and I have an OnlyFans and I'm a single mother. Let that sink in. Ladies, before you cap for this woman, if you are about to, would you tell your son it's okay to date her? I thought not. This it right here? All right, we're gonna check this out right now. I want to make sure. One. Oh shit. Eighth one down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, she does body paint. Which means it's okay. The first thing I see is her cleavage. Okay, I gotta subscribe to see the pictures. So she paints naked motherfuckers. Okay, put paint on naked bodies, y'all. Okay, but again, y'all, thank you, Theo. I appreciate you. Go subscribe to my brother Theo, by the way, if you haven't. But listen, Jerome King, let me ask you a question, good brother. You out on a date, and she's a good-looking woman, and you tell her what you do. My brother just walked. You tell her what you do. You're an average guy, average credit, make an average income, but you a good dude. And then you say, what do? I'm a poet, I'm a single mother, and I have an OnlyFans. What do you do on OnlyFans? Oh, I only body paint. I don't do no weird shit. Body paint? Nine-year-old, single mother, poet, and body paints. I'm not cutting it down. I'm just asking fellas in here. Does that sound like wife material to you? Oh, I know Rob. She ain't even gonna mention that. But how's she gonna hide it in this day and age? She can't. Yeah, Jay, everything. I'm an entrepreneur. Well, what do you do? Thank you, Frank from the land. Thank you, Will Old School. She's DQ'd. Ladies, if you disagree with me, would you tell your son to go ahead and date this girl? Don't judge her because she's a single mother and she's a poet for a living and she does body paint. Look at the inside. This is what we doing here? This is what you got to do when you ask these women. Would you tell your son to do it? Stop. But they have her on a fucking panel talking about men, not perverts, leaving the country. Let me tell you something. Zaddy been doing that for decades. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They've been going to these weird ass countries and doing weird shit to underage people. Y'all know that. I know people from those countries. I live in New York. It's a melting pot. Jelly bean salute. They said what they do over there. I've seen documentaries on it. There's a lot of sickos out here. R. Kelly can't hold a candlestick to these dudes. And women. I'll get to them in a second. Oh yeah, Philip, absolutely. get back to what she has to say.
And maybe they just in a whole other dimension of trying to find love or trying to find easy situations and everything. But at the same time, it was like, why do you have to put down the thing that you don't like in front of everybody just to get the thing that you do want? I don't care. But
That being black women in America, putting them down for women who may be of color in another country.
right, that want to be a
Maybe
little more
also submissive
exactly.
to them.
Who's putting down black women? Hold on. Sorry, y'all. This wire is kind of janky. Ain't nobody putting down black women. The Passport Bros was a little group, and they went on and did their business. And some smut got wind of it and got on TikTok and started making videos, and she was ugly as fuck. And nobody bothered her. What happened was a bunch of women got wind of it, and then someone made a TikTok video about it probably today. This one bitch had box braids and was cockeyed. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but these niggas, don't nobody want them. They got child support, so they can't travel anyway. It's like, yo. First of all, the men that are getting on planes and leaving, they can leave. So they don't owe no child support, dummy. What kind of men do you think are leaving? The men that are leaving won't even look in your direction, you ugly cockeyed fool. That bitch was looking south by northwest. One eye looking over there, the other eye looking over there. Her head needed to be done. She's sitting in the car, her neck like a fucking bullfrog. She looked like she just sparred with fucking Deontay Wilder. And she shitting on Doozy. That bitch is why niggas is leaving. Oh, no, I ain't doing that. Get the fuck out of here. Sitting in the car. Another bitch. You know, you gotta have your own, cause these niggas ain't shit. I tell my daughter, bitch had purple hair. That bitch looked like she ate a whole bag of Skittles. Talking like how Monique used to talk on a sitcom. But she was serious, and the difference is Monique was paid. Do you think men want to be around all that sass? No. Women, if your son brought any of those bitches that I described to your house, say, mama, this is the one. No, she not. Not with that shit in her hair. Not with her eyes looking like that. She ugly and she look like Cousin It with a blue wig. Those are the options? Do I need to get further? Men do deserve to want a certain look. Again, this might hurt a little bit. You do know men want women that are fit. A majority of them do, right? Our diet here is different. We have a fucking weight problem here. This body she paints, great. That's still not, that's not good for her resume, you dig? So if a man says, I want a slim chick and he can't find it here, and if he does find a slim chick here, she a gold digger or brings that to the table, what's the problem with him leaving the country and finding a chick that meets his criteria? There's no problem with that. Because women got up here and said they ain't want no scrubs. Women in America think they can have it all. Go shoot for the stars and land on the moon. Good. Have fun. And while y'all doing that, these passport bros are doing that. But most men that I speak to, they want a woman that's in some kind of shape. And round is not a fucking shape. What's the problem? Why can't they have standards? So for a bunch of women to say that they don't care about something, all of this? Let's listen some more.
Exactly.
but also paid prostitution in many cases.
And that's what they're covering up. And you can tell that by the way that, what's his name, Austin?
That's what they're covering up? Paid prostitution? You know what? Paid prostitution. Now listen to me. You know what they don't talk about? They don't talk about Zaddy going to parts of Africa for young boys on top of the young girls. They don't talk about that. They don't talk about Zaddy that's been doing that for decades. They also don't talk about those girl trips that's been going on for decades. Y'all think that's new? How Stella got a groove back? That was just something that was glorified. They've been doing that for years. White women been going to Africa and fucking on those young African boys down there. That's been happening since before I was born. That's always been a practice. Now, black women, y'all been passport sisters forever. The first time I heard about hedonism was from a woman in Jamaica. I said, what's going on in Jamaica? I was like 15. I said, what the fuck? That happens? And these were older chicks. Are you kidding me? Y'all been going down there and letting Dexter St. Jock rip your spine out for decades. Eddie Murphy made that joke. It was still 1988? The Eddie Murphy Raw came out? That's a real thing. I know Jamaicans, even the U.S. Virgin Islands, girls trips, they go down there to get smashed. Yes, that's been happening. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got a gun, huh? It's true. And now in social media, I've seen videos. Guys working on the resorts, taking out their phones, taking pictures of the girls, they just fuck the shit out of them. Big booty bitches from the Midwest fly down there and let Dexter rip their spine out. He's like, yeah, man. Click, click, click. They get drunk. They start hoeing out there because when they go back home, they ain't got to be who they are on the islands. What about that video? It was an all-white party. Some dread dancing behind this chick, and Shorty had a conniption. Don't record me. Her girlfriend was recording her. Don't record me. Too late, bitch. We saw you. That was not your man. How dare this bitch who's a poet and body paints have an opinion on the passport, brothers? The women have never been checked. So when you talk about that teeter-totter and what's fair and what's not in feminism, this is what feminism has gotten you. Two things. If your son brought this woman home, do you give it a thumbs up? Ask yourself that. She just painted men who leave the country to look for traditional women with a broad brush. Like they're stupid and they don't know the difference between a prostitute and a traditional woman. And let me say this. There are men that go out of country and start fucking on these girls. Watch this, y'all. So what? So what? So, are they breaking the law? What is your problem with it? I got this videos right here on YouTube of girls trips in all kinds of islands, getting those massages by these dudes and they in thongs, getting fingered and all kinds of weird shit. That's not on YouTube. It's on other sites. I've seen it. I've heard them come from these trips and they talked about it. Men aren't the only people that freak off. So my thing is this: if a man gets his own money and he ain't bothering you because he's lame, and he goes on a fucking trip to Venezuela and he gets a beautiful, big booty, brown skinned, Spanish speaking sister who looks 10 times better than anything marching around in a fucking club. and he pays a couple of dollars for some ass. So what? What is your problem with that? You wasn't trying to make him the husband. What you mad at? Stormy in the building. Let us proceed.
Was talking because I saw the other videos of him going like, "Hey, you would have sexual intercourse with me tonight, right?" And she's saying, "Yes." They about to really get a lick on him. That's what's really about to happen. Because I also saw some of the women from overseas saying, "Yeah, we're just trying to get a lick." You know, they also came out saying, "We know these people."
So these niggas is stupid when they travel abroad. They don't know the difference between a traditional woman and a woman trying to hit a lick. So these niggas is lame and stupid.
So essentially, they're chumps themselves.
Yes.
They're simply John on the streets of America.
There might be some that might be actually looking for love that can't find it maybe in America. But you didn't let some rotten apples into y'all group, and y'all need to call the ones out that's not doing it correctly. Because baby, we're not just in America. You can claim wherever you want to be anytime. I don't care. Get a passport. Go find your love. But at the same time, don't put down us just because you feel like you've had some rejection. Deal with rejection. Heal.
They have dealt with rejection. They have healed. They got their fucking passports and left. The fuck?
Go do your thing. We don't care.
And of course, we're not talking about...
Go do your thing. We don't care. But meanwhile, they're trying to stop this whole movement by shaming it.
all individuals who may travel out of the country. But Priscilla, for those who may be taking advantage of women out there and then trying to humiliate black women in America, your thoughts about that?
I think that guy's garbage, man.
This guy, and you know what I just figured out? You know who's usually on this show? Dennis Sperling. They knew not to call Uncle D and get him on this show. He'd have ate them alive. It just dawned on me. This is in Houston. This is the show that Dennis Sperling be on. He'd have mollywhopped their ass. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? Now, furthermore, degrade women? Listen, all these men are doing is going to these places and reporting back to other men who are striking out like them and saying, yo, look, this is an option. I came down here to Thailand and I met this woman and I've been down here for 3 months and I'm good. I'm good. You might want to come down here and check out what we got going on down here. And it's gotten so bad that Sweden is trying to close the borders and stop Thai women from coming into the country because Sweden is ran by feminists. And men said, fuck y'all, I'm leaving. And they went to Thailand and they wiped up a bunch of, now why isn't black women talking about, oh man, so the Swedish men, they're Johns? They're Johns too? They're getting married and bringing them chicks back to fucking Sweden. And Sweden is man. Wait a minute, y'all run the fucking country. And y'all ran the men right out of it. So now marriage is down. You know what? When feminists first took over, I bet you there was a lot of women running around there saying, I don't care, y'all leave it, I don't care. And they left. They said, okay. I don't know how you say see you later in Swedish, but they left. And 1,000 motherfuckers looking like Dolph Lundgren went down to fucking, he said, I'll be back. He went down to fucking Thailand, found love, came back, and he's happy. And y'all could be feminists all you want. And they're looking around like, where are men at? Mm-hmm. You see, an alpha is not gonna argue with you. A beta is. An alpha is, you know what? Fuck you, I'm out of here. And they left. And it's gotten so real to them that now they're trying to close their borders. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Now, Juice, those chicks on it. No. In Miss Radio's world, absolutely. My boy, no, bro, I got a story. I got a story about that. I'll just give you the quick breakdown. There was a woman up here that lived up here by me years ago, was going through a divorce. She decided to go with her friends to Jamaica. Girl, you only live once. You like that man over here? Go for it. Fuck the dude. And this is what I was told. Fuck that dude, right? He said, I'm giving you a present, just open it up on the plane. And I'll see you when you get back. She opened up the envelope. There was a card in it that said, surprise, you have HIV. That's what the card said. Thought he was joking. Like, what are you talking about? Then she felt like she had the flu. Then it went away. Then she went and got tested. Yep. About a month later. Because she was so emotional about her divorce. See that? And she caught it in Jamaica with her girlfriends. Oh man, get your mind off your husband. Y'all breaking up anyway. Come with us to Jamaica. See that? Now, our brother Juice says you're basically running from the so-called ancient women in America to run to a country dealing with cute chicks and poverty. That's not true, Juice. That's not true, Juice. Not everybody in those countries are in poverty. They're living just like us. Not everybody got dirt floors and tin roofs.
And so what?
Yeah, and that's another thing.
So what, man?
You even if they are in poverty, right?
That's stupid. You just read that, man. No, go ahead, Drew. Go ahead.
Would you rather a man will go down in looks for cooperation?
We always date down. What the fuck?
Men date down, period. We date down, period. You know why we date down? What do I always tell the sisters in here? If you're making a high six figures and you get a man, right, that dates you because of what you bring to the table, financially, run. Because all he's going to be doing is laying up in your crib, eating your food, and eating you. And if that's enough for you, that's cool. What is he going to do? An alpha gets submissiveness. He don't complain about getting it. I just said alphas don't go back and forth with women. I just said that, Juice. I just said that. And these dudes are fed up with going back and forth with these women, these modern women today. A chick like Meg Thee Stallion, I will leave her standing there talking by herself. I'll be like, yo, baby, A, B, C, D, and E. She's like, no, nigga, no. Nope. This is how it's going to get done. Oh, it's not going to get done that way? All right. I'm not going to deal with it. That's alpha. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going back and forth with a woman. I'm not dealing with it. Deal with it for what? These are the modern women that just argue to argue. These are the modern women that go on these girl trips. These are the modern women that got all this negative shit to say about men. Why would you want to go back and forth with that? So if you go to another country and you don't get that, what are you gonna fucking get? What are you gonna cater on to? Right.
Exactly.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not, bro, I don't tell dude, look, I will never tell a dude to argue with a woman. I don't, it don't make sense. If you know the direction you're going, you're just gonna go. If a woman is steadily fussing with you, you pushing back with her all day, that don't make you an alpha. That just raises your blood pressure. Why do you want that? You don't. So you don't deal with it. It's as simple as that. You don't deal with it. I will never deal with it. I'll never deal with it. If you need to change a tire, you change the tire on the car. And what happens if this girl gets out and like, no, don't put the bolts there, put it there. And you're like, yo, you never changed a tire in your life. Why are you telling me what to do? Unless you're gonna do it. And I wouldn't let her do it. You know why? I'd be so scared we drive a block and the tire go flying off. No, sit your ass down and let me do it. That's alpha. If she's trying to fuss with you on every turn, beta is fussing. I'm not fussing with no woman. I'm not fussing with, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. And this is what the passport bros are saying. We're not dealing with it. Because these modern women are in abundance. They ain't supposed to salute. These modern women are in abundance. Listen to the music and look at our culture. Now, I don't know when you got here, Juice, but let me ask you, what do you think the world thinks of Black American women? I can't speak on UK women. I can speak on Black women here. What do you think the rest of the world, when you think of Black women, what do you think? What do you think they think? And I'm gonna tell you, the thing about women in poverty, not everybody in Thailand is broke and poor. There are rich people, and there's modern. There's different classes around the world. Thailand, the Philippines. Not everybody is walking around with no shoes on. Where you take your money to go hang out with, the broke people can't get there. The middle class can get there. And that's what they don't talk about. See, everybody has a preconceived notion of what these countries are. That's why I say, you never been there. These people never been there. I've never been to those countries, but I have more than enough military friends, and I got a lot of friends in general that have traveled abroad. And they say, oh, look, this is where this was. I'm like, shit. When you talk to a kid in the middle of this country, and you say, yeah, I'm about to go to Africa, you know what they're gonna think? Animals running around in the goddamn Congo somewhere. Monkeys in the fucking tree. They're not gonna think about the cities in Uganda and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I'm in my 40s. What women are they complaining about? I deal with women from strippers to judges. That's a strange combination, good brother. But okay, let's have the conversation. I just said modern women. You say strippers. Would you tell your son it's okay to marry a stripper? Would you tell your son it's okay to marry a stripper? I'm asking. And I'm glad you said that, because also these modern women think that bouncing around like Cardi B, like Meg Thee Stallion, and twerking at the supermarket or in family establishments and walking butt naked into the turkey house in Houston, they think that shit like that is okay. Those are the modern women I'm talking about, good brother. And let's say those women have wore out their whole card, and now they're in their 30s with a child. Would you tell your son it's okay to marry that woman? And he says, but Dad, can I get a woman with a fresh pair of ovaries? She's used. How many women are in their 30s? There are some, but not a lot. How many women are in their 30s with no children? But I'll tell you this, every fucking woman that has a hardship, that's complaining about their bad decisions, they blame a fucking man for it. And you should know this, Juice. Because how many times those strippers stand in front of judges? I bet you those judges are more than likely married. Those strippers, not so much. You're in your 40s. I'm 47, good brother. I've been around. I would never tell my son, my nephews, I would never tell them, yo, what she do for a living? She's very pretty. What she do for a living? Well, you know, what do you mean? What does she do? Stripper? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You know what comes with that. I can't be. But you see, this is normalized behavior. There's going to be a ton of women that say, well, you can't judge her for what she do. Yes, I can. Women get judged all the time. Men get judged. We get judged all the time. What we drive, how we dress, our teeth. What we do for a living, how much money we make, we get judged every day. But the one time a man says, look, I need a woman with no kids. Look, I could deal without all this attitude. I don't need all this attitude. I don't need it. And I'm striking out all over the place. Wait a minute. I could actually get my passport and explore my options. Why not? The brother says no, but I tell my son to learn how to have female friends so he won't see every woman as sexual, because you want to understand one woman if you don't know at least 100. Let me read that again. Every woman as sexual. Let me say this, Juice. Steve L, salute. Let me say this. I can say I had a lot of female acquaintances. I've been around a lot of women, so I know how they work. From the time I was young all the way up to adulthood. And there's no way your son can just be friends with a woman. Do you know why? Your son, I don't know how old the young king is. By nature, he's gonna want to fuck him. Or there might be that one that he's totally not into that's going to want to fuck him. That's nature. That's why, you know, women say, oh, no, that's like my brother. That's my brother. Oh, yeah? Call him up right now and throw pussy at him. See if your brother will tell you no. So you can tell them to be around them and collect data. Watch how they interact with each other. That's where he's going to get the data from. All of those chicks that patted me on my head growing up that told me, yeah, I like you like a brother. I want the fucking shit out of every last one of them. But I got shot down. That's life. You know what time? I was only hanging around them because I'm like, I might get some tail. When you get a little older, you get your money up and you travel a little more abroad, the less fucks you get. You know what happened a few times in my life? I know the story. I come into my home, and this before I got married and had a family and everything else. Come into my home, and here they come. With a couple of kids. I'm like, what's up? Oh, well, you know, yeah. 80 pounds heavier. Now you want to hang out? I'm good. Because as I got older, I got dick control. Yeah, why we never got together? As if you don't remember. Patting me on my fucking head. telling me I love you like a brother. If there's ever a way to make a man lose an erection, it's that shit. I was like, oh, wow. Buying you lunch and cutting school and all this other shit. Shorty's telling other dudes that they fucking with, oh, don't worry about E, he's my brother. I'm like, Get too drunk one night and throw it at me. See what happens. This is the 90s, y'all. You can't do shit like that anymore. So I would tell my son, you can hang around those chicks, but once you're in an enclosed area, be careful. They could blow the whistle.
Really sad. Like I look at them and I almost want to pity them, but then I don't, because there's a level of ignorance that's deplorable. I'm going to use that word today. I think that they are taking advantage, at least from what they project themselves to be as a group. They're taking advantage of gender gaps and economic opportunities that are not there in these other countries that are present for us in America, in the States, in Canada, in Scandinavia, all over the world, and not even thinking back to the history of why are women and people made to be so independent in this country today. There's so many factors that they shove to the side for their.
Wow.
Yeah, we know.
Wow. So basically, she's calling the women abroad bums, submissive dummy bums who don't have the same opportunities that they have in the States. That is an absolute lie. This man has 2 black women on here. I don't know what this other sister does, but the other sister, we just reviewed what she does. And they're asking her about the passport bros. Do y'all realize how unfair this shit is? Do y'all understand? I don't think y'all understand how disrespectful this is. Y'all go subscribe to Filipina P. Filipina P. She's from the Philippines. And she got wind of all this passport bro shit. But you know what ticked her off? The American black woman's response. And she's holding panels with Filipino women. And basically she's like, what the fuck you think's going on down here? You think we're all walking around with leaves around our waist? With bones in our fucking noses? Like we ain't got no Wi-Fi, like we ain't got no electricity. And she's firing back at y'all bitches. These bitches never been to the Philippines, the countries that these men are going to. They've never been. But I bet you they've been on girls' trips. That's why I would ask them, are y'all married? You married? You married? No? You have a son? Oh, you have a 9-year-old son? He has his passport? Okay, good. What about you, young lady? This was by design. They didn't want Dennis Sperling on this shit.
Preferences and trying to deem it a movement, which is so disappointing to hear. The civil rights movement was a movement.
Facts.
Anti-apartheid movement was a movement. Come on. So I'm thinking of passport bros, like this is a shame. You could really take it.
It is a movement, you dumbass. Because y'all are fucked up. And they're moving their asses around the goddamn globe to find traditional women. Because I would never bring a chick home that was doodle browning.
Get a passport, to go overseas, travel the world, and to learn, and not just make it be about sex. And the fact that now you're putting this stigma on.
You see that? You see that? She had a week to get educated on what the passport bros are doing. She has a preconceived notion of what it's really about. She thinks that these brothers are getting passports to leave to have sex. Niggas could do that here. Do you see how uneducated these 2 women are? And I'm still being nice.
Drew, they know they just pushing an agenda, bro. They know.
That's right. They know. You know, there's a little bit left. Let me finish this.
And black people in America, that is literally mushing us down. I hate that I said mushing, couldn't find a better word right there.
Right.
But like bringing us down, right? They all know, they know. But what does that do
hear
for our perspective?
Them talk so, some of them, not all of them, talk so badly about black women in America, saying you guys are too bossy, you're too much, you're not feminine enough for them.
I think that sounds a lot to me like insecurities and the inability to seek what you want. Wow.
Black American women, did he just lie when he said that? What's a boss bitch? Where did that term come from? Right here, right? I don't cook, I don't clean. I'm fuck nigga free. Yeah, you fuck nigga free? The nigga that you talking about that shot your pinky toe off? That nigga? I don't cook, I don't clean. Y'all march to that shit? Cardi B's married, y'all. These bitches be lying to y'all. Come on, man. Come on, man. Listen, modern women, y'all are difficult. And if it don't apply, let it fly. But modern women are difficult. Passport bros just didn't come about because they just want the world hop to look for sex. They can get it here. These are men looking for traditional women. They're looking to continue their bloodline.
With what you have and where you are. That's what I really think about that. It almost disgusts me and is borderline gaslighting to sit here and treat American women, American black women, and try to shut us down because we may be educated or have the ability to obtain certain finances and social status that we're not in other countries.
And you attract.
It's a shame.
What you put out there too.
It's a shame.
You attract what you put out there. Thank
Yeah,
you for
don't
saying
put
that,
that
young
on
lady.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you for saying that, young lady. You attract what you put out there. The woman sitting across has an OnlyFans and a 9-year-old, and I don't think she's married. You attract what you put out. Thank you for saying that. Ain't nobody intimidated by these fucking women. These men that are leaving, those men are the catch. And when I got on here and said, you know what, this is a problem. Y'all need to start talking to these young sisters and fixing this, because the men that are leaving, those men are the catch. Ain't no broke baby daddy nigga living in the projects with several kids everywhere. He can't go no fucking where. He can't even pay child support. The motherfuckers leaving are the niggas that can afford to leave. Those are the men that you want to marry. But I'm sorry, they're lame. Why? Because, I don't know, he listens to country music. Or I don't know, he don't know the latest rap song. Or I don't know, he reads books. He's boring. I just played a video the other day. Shorty said he could have all the earmarks. He could have the money, have the looks or whatever, but maybe he's not funny. I just played that.
Hey Drew, you see what Philip said? I saw a video, a dude talking about that today. The women trying to start legislation to keep brothers here. The last
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Right there where he says that there's legislation to stop the passport brothers.
And you know what? They can never do that. And in other countries, they can never do that either. You know why? When Americans travel, we spend money, man. A portion of their economic structure will fucking halt. If a country says, okay, no Americans, no black Americans in here. Do these fucking bitches understand the trouble that they're trying to erect? I did a show a long time ago, said, do y'all even like us? And every time, see, I throw these shows in your face because I'm met with, I don't care, niggas is lame, let them go. The niggas are leaving are the niggas that are worth something. Do y'all even like us? I asked y'all this. I'm talking to the women now. Now you see what's happening? This Fox News, remember who Fox News is, y'all. Remember who they are. They didn't have a passport bro on there to defend himself. They had a man on here. They played an audio clip of Mr. Houston, who made him. He should have stood on his square. I know what he meant. I know what he meant. Donald Trump never apologized. He didn't need to either. All he did do was say, "Yo, look, y'all got me fucked up. This is what I meant." Now they trying to stop the. Listen to this, y'all. They trying to stop men, black men, from trying to extend their bloodline because they can't find no good. Now listen. Oh my God. Try and follow me on this, family. I hope you're listening. 1965. The government found black women gullible enough to let them into the house. The exchange was money and food and education. Remove the black man from the house. Years later, here we are. And now, the black women are trying to get a legislation together to stop black men from leaving the country to find fucking traditional wives. With the help of the same government that helped you. Are y'all, is this registering? Is this registering, y'all? Is it registering? Peace, World Old School. Is this registering, y'all? Is this not a form of fucking slavery? And who's helping Master? Who's helping Zaddy? Our black women. Is this making sense, y'all? And black women are helping and they don't even realize they're helping. You can cry when a black man gets shot and, you know, Philando Castile and Breonna Taylor and all of these people getting shot, and you can march and say, I'm blickety, blickety black, but you don't want us being happy. So when I ask the question, has making a man happy become foreign to you? It's a play off of words. I've been asking y'all. I said, look, niggas is leaving. Niggas is leaving, y'all. Now, salute to Shauna, but she was up in here with the I don't cares and let them leave. But in all fairness, Shauna's not married. Shauna's not looking for a husband. So what advice could she give a woman that is actually walking around here saying, look, I'm looking for a husband?
Miss Radio World is plenty. It's plenty. It's plenty.
Plenty, Miss Radio. Plenty. They're going to Nigeria. They're going to Uganda. They're going to, what's this other city that they said? Oh, Ghana, of course. There's beautiful cities, a lot of them. But I know the focus has been on the Asia, but brothers are going over there. There's, no, see, I think you missed the show where that was kind of, she say she poly. But I don't think she understands what she was saying really, because we had a brother on here that is really poly. I didn't know the brother was poly. But he started asking questions, and there's a conditional poly. It got really weird in here. But I think it was, what was that, a show ago, JC? Or 2 shows ago? Was that Monday or Wednesday?
That was 2 shows ago, I believe. It
was 2 shows ago. You could watch, I think, watch Monday show, Miss Radio's World. And yeah, it's strange. Take care of the sister right here. Yeah, so yeah, the passport bros will go to Africa because there's a lot of passport bros that want to marry. I forgot the actual statistic, but black men, it's a high percentage, like 90% of these brothers want to marry black women. That's what I'm saying. You can lead a country and still marry a black person. You just can't deal with this American bullshit. So yeah. Drew says, let the weakest go to thin out the herd, like black people was talking down on brothers because they have a white mate. Okay. If brothers are leaving, I don't consider them weak for wanting to leave. I don't consider them weak. Oh yeah. Johnny Rice, I think his wife is African. I think so.
Passport, bro, too.
Yeah.
And happy.
And he's very happy. He's very happy. So you don't have to, abandon your black people just because you're a passport, bro. A lot of those brothers go to Africa. And let me tell you something. Have y'all seen bro? Those sisters just be walking around with skirts on, just normal. And what they got going on behind them is, I'm like, is that shit real? It's like, look, it's like, whoa, what? They born like that. If I wasn't married, if I was a passport bro, I'd be headed right down to somewhere in Africa. I'm not even gonna hold you on that. I'd be down there like, and I'm not glamored by shape. I'll look, but if you can be in Africa and not meet my standards. But I would get a change of scenery. I would. Yeah, South African women, Jay, everything. Yes. But everything is high speed here. You got these dating apps and everything else. And sometimes these brothers they just striking out. They either meeting girls with kids or these average looking chicks that have high expectations and they don't meet your criteria. And after you strike out for a couple of years, you're like, you know what? I got some vacation time on my job. I'm gonna go on vacation, and I'm gonna see what's over there, wherever I'm going. Venezuela, Africa, the Philippines, Thailand, Germany. There's black people in Germany, y'all. There is. You can go anywhere.
Can I say something right quick, Drew?
Yeah.
You turn on IG Reels, TikTok, and it's a battle going on between women too. You got a lot of women that jump on there. Every day they putting out something negative about men, black men, what and what they're not doing and you know what I'm saying, and how weak they are and what the women ain't gonna put up with and all that. And then you have women that are very few that comes on and defend good brothers. Every day they put videos uplifting the brothers because they know when we come on there what we see. And those sisters, they always go in they chats and on they thread and bash and call you women weak. But, salute to the women. There's nothing like going on there and seeing a woman defend good brothers that's trying to do right. And the sad thing about this whole thing, Drew, is women put so much into this sex battle that they failing to realize the real threat that's creeping up behind their ass. Transgender.
Yep.
Meta.
All right.
Meta, for those that don't know, it just changed the name of the game on who can show bare tops on Facebook and on IG. If you don't believe me, go research it. I showed it to Drew the other day. If you're a transgender male, you're allowed to show your open top. But if you're a cis female, you cannot. Y'all picking the battle and trying to be bad with the wrong person. You need to be talking about these punks trying to be y'all.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said earlier, man, they knocking people that want to go somewhere to be happy because one is they right and they don't want to stick around for the bull crap. And then it's not all women. It's like I said, it's a few that wants to be loud. And another thing, like I said earlier in the show, you don't see an influx of men, you know, fighting to get over here for American women, specifically black women. I am sorry.
I hope y'all heard that. I hope the sisters heard that. They're gonna allow these transformers to show their bare top, and there's women getting their entire social media that they make a living off of. If they do too much, they gotta start over. You understand? Now, what Philip D said, TikTok is misandry heaven. Of course. If you speak up on behalf of men, you get canceled. They did it to what's that white lady's name? Curly Things? That's her name? Just Curly Things? Her? All right, they demonetized her TikTok. They demonetized her YouTube. She got 1 million followers because she speaks up on males' behalf. All right? These women talking down on Passport Bros, they're all over TikTok. I've seen it. Now watch this. TikTok is a Chinese-owned company. And they are allowing modern women in America to talk down on men. But anything that speaks up on men, they cancel it. Yahweh, what up? Y'all do not, and I'm talking to the women now, y'all do not see the play. You think you're on the side of righteousness. Every time a man speaks up, cancel him. And guess what? Y'all are not speaking up on what they just agreed to. A transformer could show his bare top. Y'all can't. Knowing that your Instagram numbers will go up if y'all could just do that. But y'all picking fights with us. Y'all want to stop us from, this is what we're leaving, man. We don't want to deal with that. Why would a man want to pick you to marry you if you want to twerk all over goddamn Instagram and social media? That's not what that's not what a traditional woman does. That's not what it does. Come on, man, this is where we at. And TikTok allows that? You gotta be kidding me. Y'all are picking the wrong fights. And this is what men are looking to get away from. And if you're running around saying, hey man, I don't care, man, cool. Cool, you don't care, fine, man. You know what you don't care about? You don't care about the success of the community, man. I'm talking to my black people now. You really don't care. You think you can run this ship on your own? Go ahead. Go right ahead. If you think feminism is the shit, go right ahead. Go right ahead. I read to you the article, it was bullshit. And she didn't know it was gonna get this bad. But she didn't care, you know why? She sold magazines because of her bullshit, and she was married the whole time. She tricked y'all, man. But y'all don't wanna listen. So love Allah, salute. So if feminism is the way for you to go ahead. See where it gets you. You can't be a feminist and be married. It's impossible. Because if you claim to be a feminist and you're married, you also taking a strap on to your goddamn husband. I know you are.
Jada.
Thank you. There's no fucking way. DOG, salute. There's no fucking way. No man dude, if you're a man in this chat and you can actually sit there and be Will Smith, I couldn't be Will Smith with hundreds of $1 million. When you send a script to Will Smith for him to read, I bet that costs money. I need Will Smith to be the lead in this movie. You got to contact his manager. That costs money, okay? Because I got shit to do. I got 10 minutes. It's gonna cost you 10 racks. What do you want? Because I can call Will right now and get him on three-way, but he's busy. So to talk to me, it costs 10 racks. Now I don't know this for sure, but I'm figuring this how it goes. Okay, look, I got this movie. I'm backed by Sony. We got this and that, da 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 da, and this is for him. Okay, let me call him. I'll get back to you. Okay, he wants to sit down with you. You got to fly him out to Hollywood, and you got to be on time. That costs you money. And if he agrees to do the role, you got to come to the table with at least $20 million before you even say a word. How much we talking? 20 million off the bat. Okay, do I get points and blah, 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 blah. Okay, I'll do the movie. I want $42 million starting. And I want points off the Blu-ray deals, and if they re-release it, and you know, yeah. Now, if I'm Will Smith, there's no fucking way I'm dealing with Jada Pinkett. There's no way. There's no way I'm getting on a fucking stage and slapping someone who I thought was my friend, another millionaire black person, in the fucking face for all of white America and the rest of the world to see. My thing is this: whether you agree why he slapped Chris or not, one thing that I don't understand is he could have did that shit off camera. He could have did that shit behind the scenes, and we could have heard a rumor about it. He did it for the world to see. That was a fucking problem. One. Two, if that was The Rock who was in attendance, Will Smith would not have done that. Which, to me, made him every bit of a pussy. But what if the Brooklyn came out of Chris Rock and they started rolling around on stage? All the world would have seen was, look at these two niggas. One's from Philly, one's from Brooklyn, New York. We can't take these niggas nowhere. No one's allowed. No niggas like this are allowed in the goddamn Oscars ever again. And we'd have been dealing with that. You understand? Fuck out of here, man.
That chick, not to cut it off with Will, that chick, Jack Wall Wright, the one that's always exposing the dirty secrets of Hollywood, he said that Alcina wasn't the only one. He said there's plenty of men that they mentored that was rushing to get out of the situation, Jada. They had some strange stuff going on there. And don't forget about D Wade's situation.
Come on, man.
These are not African.
D Wade is whatever, man. That guy's a fucking weirdo. But here's what they don't talk about. All right. Here's what they don't talk about. Shauna, you could try and blame both for this situation. Men leaving is not because men decide to leave. Modern women are pieces of shit. That's been proven. And I've been asking for months now, have I not, JC? How do we fix this? And what has Shauna said? Put it in the chat, somebody. What Shauna said. What she exactly said. When I was trying to say, yo, we got to fix this. What did she say? But while they're talking about Passport Bros, these two niggeras was in the studio talking about Passport Bros. Let me read something to you. There's a book called The Pursuit of Happiness by Bianca C. Williams. Have y'all heard of it? Y'all heard of it? Okay. Traces the experiences of African American women as they travel to Jamaica, where they address the perils and disappointments of American racism by looking for intimacy, happiness, and a connection to their racial identities. There's more. Through their encounters with Jamaican online communities and their participation in trips organized by Girlfriend Tours International, the women construct notions of racial, sexual, and emotional belonging by forming relationships with Jamaican men and other girlfriends. Are men complaining about this book? Brother, they don't have poor judgment skills. They recognize the bullshit for what it is and they got the fuck out of there. Because contrary to popular belief, there are men that are careful with their seeds. You know who have poor judgment skills? The men that are putting up with these bitches and impregnating them. Let me give you the statistics in case you missed it. Okay? 16% of these men.
Sweet 16.
Sweet 16% of these men are responsible for like 90% of the births out of wedlock. You heard me? You heard me? So a small amount of men are responsible for 90% of the births in our community. So who's making poor judgment? Who has poor judgment? The men or the women? The men are just fucking. The women are picking these dudes. And these dudes have multiple kids from multiple women. And these women are still picking them. That's the other half of those men, the portion of those men who aren't as tall, who aren't as good looking, who are lame, got their passports and said, I ain't dealing with this shit. And they left. Or they're leaving. And what these black women are trying to do is get legislation to keep them here. No, they're not looking for traditional women. They're looking to rape women. They're looking for to get women that don't know any better. They're trying to get those men to stay because they need those men around. You can't lead a country, so you might as well take me and all my kids. Those brothers, the brothers that got poor judgment are the brothers that are knocking up thousands of women. You know who has poor judgment? All of Nick Cannon's baby mamas. Those bitches got poor judgment. I just saw the brother that got 30 kids from 11 different women. Those bitches got poor judgment. Not that man. What the fuck? You see, Shauna, that's the problem. I asked for what the solution is. You didn't even bring a solution. You just said, bye, good luck. That's what I'm talking about. I'm trying to fix shit. If the tire burst on a highway, on a Bruckner, I'm like, shit, I gotta fix it. You leave your car there and say, bye, good luck.
They don't want to give you a solution because the solution is accountability.
Thank you. What do you mean so hard on each other? Man, y'all been hard on us since 1965. What are you talking about? I don't need no man. What do you mean hard on each other? Stop acting like this shit is equal. It's not equal. I just gave you the math. I'm sorry, you don't believe in statistics. But how many men do you know have multiple children from multiple women and never been married? Yeah, he's the piece of shit. But you gotta wonder, after the first baby mama, where he get 2, 3, and 4 from? And none of those women like each other. And they all knew about each other. And they all, some of them are still messing with him. It's a small percentage of men responsible for a lot of these births. Meanwhile, there's 30-year-old men walking around that are still virgins. By choice. Y'all don't know about that movement, right? They don't speak about that, do they? Do y'all know about there's a movement about men remaining virgins because of all of this shit? And what happens when they do go out on dates? You ain't got no kids? No, I'm a virgin. Oh shit, there's something wrong with him. No, he's careful with his seed. What? We can't win. And all I'm asking for is for the normal women like Black Vision in the chat, right? And the other sisters, y'all need to start talking to these other modern women whenever y'all get a chance. Just Pearly Things, she spoke up on males' behalf and they demonetized her. That's how crazy it's gotten. Do y'all go to her channel? just pearly thing, she's a white woman with red hair. And guess what? You ain't gonna like this part. You ready? Everything she says, you might not know what it echoes.
Yeah. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up.
Everything she says is a direct reflection of what Kevin Samuels says. And they demonetized her. So if you think this shit is bullshit, fine. Go right ahead. But she's speaking up on males' behalf. And they demonetized her. Think about what I just said, ladies and gentlemen. So when you talk about pointing the blame, and I agree with Black Vision. I agree with what the sister says. She says the solution is striving to be wives and not baby moms. Absolutely. I said that. But modern men, these are the eligible bachelors that are leaving the country, y'all. Listen, watch this. Take the Philippines and take all of Asia out of it. Let's say they're going to Africa. What's the problem now? What's the problem now? 80%, it was somehow in the high 80s that these men want to marry black women. Now what? Now, I mean, we want to get back to the core values. More wives, more husbands than baby mamas and baby daddies. I understand that. We need that. But when I asked, how do we stop these men from leaving? I got pushback from some of the women in the chat. Bye, good luck. No, we need to stop this. We need to show them that the majority of women are not modern women. We need to talk down on modern women. I didn't get that. I got bye, good luck. You see? How can we achieve a goal when people are waving the white flag? Hold on. Juice. He says, so when these dudes was in college, they was around their peers and couldn't pull a woman. That's not what I said. Sounds like they mad they can't turn a hoe into a housewife and they want put. No, bro. I don't know where this is coming from, bro. I don't know where this is coming from. This is coming from. Let me take it a step back. First and foremost, there are men who are careful with their seeds. I just said there's a whole movement of men that haven't fucked and they're in their 30s because it's a choice, because they know what's out there. So not getting laid in college wasn't a problem. Now, there are men that have laid and played all through college and still was able to graduate and get their degrees and doctorates and everything. But once you hit your financial stride, which is in your mid-40s, you're not laying and playing. I hope you're not laying and playing in your 30s. Now you want a family. And you want a traditional woman. Now watch this. When you laying and playing in college, you laying and playing with who? Other women. Why is it that a white soccer mom can have an extreme body count from college, but still can be a traditional woman when it's time for her to be a traditional woman? Why is it that our sisters don't know how to turn it off? Why is the term submission a bad thing to our black women? What's wrong with that word? Not every man in college tried to get a hoe and make her a housewife. There are niggas in college, I know them, that went to college, fooled around, and left it there. They ain't trying to wipe up some chick that they... No, you don't do that. There are niggas that are in college that got degrees that are street smart, that know game. Look, it's college. You could meet your... Listen, Shahrazad Ali says, white women go to college to find a husband. Black women went to college to prove that they don't need one.
What's up, Daniel?
Now, what does she mean by that? What does she mean by that?
Shower in?
Oh, I ain't saying that. See, Juice, you have a preconceived notion of what these boys are, and you don't even know them. That's what I'm saying. You got to get educated. I know literally 2 passport bros. They're nothing like what you think. What you think. There's nothing like what you think. It's not like that. These brothers are Black Vision says, but it be boys wanting submissive women. That would be women not knowing how to pick a man. Because if you know how to pick a man, you can identify a boy. Not every man deserves to have a fucking woman that's submissive to them if they ain't got their shit together. But what I've been finding is that there's a lot of men that get these women that don't deserve them. But these women still pick them. This is why you have a man that has multiple. Put in the chat, y'all, how many dudes you know got multiple baby mamas? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go right ahead. But here's the facts. There are more niggas that ain't, there are less niggas that ain't shit. There's more niggas that are worth it than there are niggas that aren't worth it. The math adds up. But it's not my fault that these dudes, for whatever reason, got so much game. Whether they can dunk a basketball or they got straight teeth or whatever. Look at that, at least 7. Look at that, dozens. Look at that. Look at that. We're talking about building a family here, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about building families. A nation is as strong as its family unit. I'll say it again. A nation is as strong as its family unit. What are our core values? Who are we as a community? You can talk this black shit all you want, but are you living it? Look at that. 3 baby mamas. Kate the bad guy, that's perfect. A submissive woman attracts a masculine man.
Yep.
Come on now. Come on now. What is our country? When they think of black, I'm telling you right now, black American women, what they think of y'all? Twerking. Promiscuous. Funny colors in your hair. You know what they don't think of? Lauryn Hill. Okay? Shenanigans. Loud. Overweight. I'm keeping it a buck with you. Fox. That's what they think of y'all. Fat, loud, funny color hair, promiscuous, snapdragon attitudes. I played a little clip from a cartoon. I found it so funny. It was called Total Drama Island. Y'all remember when I played that clip? I had to it was copywritten or some shit. I had to remove it. Y'all remember that clip though? The cartoon is about, it's a spinoff of those reality TV shows. It's a cartoon. So then the boat pulls up and it's a black girl that gets off of it. They made her asshole big old titties, and she had an accent. What's going on, sugar? How you doing? And I'm like, oh. It was the first episode, y'all. And there was a white guy with glasses. He says, whoa. And she goes up to the black guy. What's going on, brother? Give me some sugar. And I'm like, oh, man. And the guy, the white kid, says, I've never seen anyone like you. You're like really big and loud. And she tried to fight him. I played it here. I have the clip. I can't play it though. But I found it funny. I said, yo, what is this? This is funny. This is good. But it was an over the top. Well, was it over the top? He said, you want to fight? Come on then. I said, oh shit. Look at that. Look at that. Now you can tell a black woman that, and you know what a black woman will say? Instead of saying, you know what? Some of these sisters out here fucking up and that don't represent me. You know what they'll say? That ain't me. Okay, why about fixing it? Whenever I see a man talking some dumb shit and it's within my sight, I'll say something. If it's in a group conversation context, I'll be like, nah, nigga, you bugging. I don't get down like that. I told y'all about the dude that my boy played ball with. Looks like Rick Fox. He's literally like 6'5", 6'6". 5 baby mamas. Okay? He's still sleeping with the last 2. And he's about to marry this chick that worked for sanitation. Okay? And he's in the fucking lounge like, yeah, man, you know how it is. And I'm like, nah, what the fuck? Really? Really, nigga? Don't even have a job, y'all. He doesn't even have a job, y'all. So please. I don't get that, man. If you talk to some of your sisters, they can't be accountable. Can't be. Because y'all are on code. When it comes to defending y'all are really on code, man. Y'all do not break code for nothing.
Hey Drew, right quick, I gotta get ready to roll. I gotta get up early in the morning. There are, and I just want to say this before I go though, man. There are some beautiful black sisters with just, gorgeous, just as gorgeous on the inside as outside. The problem is you being drowned out by these women that are described how Drew just said. They loud, over the top, modern women that won't be considered independent, don't need a man. And as soon as one of you gorgeous women try to, take up for the good black men, they on your asses. For you women, man, for me, in respect of all good men, we appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? That being said, man, Drew, I gotta get up out of here, man. I gotta get up early. I'll listen till I fall asleep, man. I'll put my link to my YouTube in the chat, man. Go check me out. We'll be on every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, talking the same old stuff. Love y'all, man. Take it easy, everybody. Take it easy. All right, Drew.
So the brother Drew says that's not the majority. The ain't shit women have the loudest voice. The good black women need to speak up and separate. The good black women need to speak up and separate, but unfortunately, according to the numbers, it is the majority. The majority of women that made bad decisions and blame the men that they chose as the reason why they made those bad decisions. That is the majority. All right? That's just what it is. All right? There's a small percentage of men that have multiple children by these women. A small amount of men are responsible for 90% of the births out of wedlock. Women outnumber men like 8 or 9 to 1. That's the math. So you have one man that'll have 3 baby mamas, 2 or 3 baby mamas. So according to the math, those bad women that made poor choices, who don't take accountability for anything that they've done, they're the majority, unfortunately. That's math right there. I didn't make it like that. I know multiple dudes that have multiple children from multiple women. Yeah, that's just the math. Everyone in the chat, a majority of you know someone like that or know of someone like that. So So I do agree with one part of what you said right there. The minority have to speak up. They have to. Because when we speak up, what happens? We get canceled. Everyone dies. Kevin Samuels died. These bitches celebrating. Play something for y'all. Play something for y'all. You can hear this. Hopefully, I'm just gonna, let me say fair use. He said the difference, Drew, when women speak about deadbeat men, we don't justify it, but women will circle the wagon if ain't shit females. It's accountability, brother. And these women that are in these, they put themselves in these binds and they just say, yo, it's never their fault. It's never their fault. But let me call fair use on this. I need you to listen to this. I need you guys to listen to this. Salute to mediocre tutorials. Fair use, y'all. Just listen to this.
Y'all told me not to like Kevin Samuels, and I didn't. Y'all told me that he didn't like black women and didn't like fat women. I believed you.
Fair use.
Even though I had never watched the video. I didn't like him because you told me not to like him, and I didn't. So recently I go and I watch some of his videos. Now let me say I do not agree with everything that he says. However, your boy was on point on a few things. So if you've never watched any of his videos, go watch some of his videos. Because when I say I did not like this man, I did not like this man. And I hadn't watched not one video. And if I'm like that, I know it's quite a few other women out there who feels the same way. You have not watched one video, but you don't like that man. Go watch his video.
Bam. Ball game. Ball game. I don't want to hear shit. There's a lot of women that's came back to me and said, yo, I sat through a whole thing. I was cleaning up and I just picked the show and it was totally not what I thought. Thank you. Thank you. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. These relationships, this is the article about that book, The Pursuit of Happiness by Bianca C. Williams. These relationships allow the women to exercise agency and find happiness in ways that resist the damaging intersections of racism and the patriarchy in the United States. So the patriarchy is the enemy, y'all. Right. However, while the woman requires spiritual and virtual connection to Jamaica in order to live happily in the United States, their notion of happiness relies on travel, which requires leveraging their national privilege as American citizens. Williams' theorization of emotional transitionalism and the construction of effect across diasporic distance attends to the connections between race, gender, and the effect while highlighting how effective relationships mark nationalized and gendered power differentials within the African diaspora. In other words, she was getting on a boat or getting on a plane with her friends, going down to Jamaica and fucking without patriarchy, the patriarchy of how they're supposed to be looming over their head. In other words, they wanted to go to Jamaica and hoe out. They wanted to go down to Jamaica and hoe out. That's all this said. Where were the men talking about, don't do that? You shouldn't let these bitches go down there. What the fuck? They fucking all these, we got all these, thank you. That's what they call them down there. Thank you. If y'all didn't know, they call them Stellas down in Jamaica. Yeah, man. Yes, Juice. Kevin was trying to repair the black family, and these women were too stuck and getting offended to even realize it. All Kevin said was like, yo, your expectations are too high for how you look. What's wrong with how I look? How tall are you? 5'4". Dress size 22. Scale of 1. How much you weighed the last time you weighed yourself? 270. How do you rate yourself? Fresh face out of the shower, no makeup. You can't use 7. Scale of 1 to 10. You can't use 7. I'm an 8. And everyone's watching it. And you know she's not an 8. And it's like, oh, well, you know, I'm black and I'm beautiful. And I'm like, oh, come on, sister. And then when you ask her what kind of man does she think is available for her, and she will say she don't want no man that makes less than 6 figures, and this will be the bitch that'll have a couple of kids. So a man with 6 figures, a high value man at that makes a strong 6 figures, is supposed to come to you, and anything less than him, you'd be settling for a guy to making $42,000 a year. That's settling. The man with making $42,000 a year, no kids. You're settling for him? What? Stop. And he was trying to get these women to say, look, you're setting yourself up to get your feelings hurt. What's the matter with an average man? Why should I settle for an average man? And that's what pissed him off. It pissed me off when I heard it. Wait a minute. 2 kids, 5'4", 300 pounds. And just because you got your hair done and you got rakes on your eyelids, what the fuck makes you think you deserve a high value man? And he's supposed to come in and clean up your 2 mistakes? And then when you would tell them that, he's the villain. Men get told every day what's expected of us from our jobs, from women, parents, everything, society. You said that bassoon thing is disrespectful. Hey, man, there has to be some comedic value behind it. I found it very funny. I found it fucking hilarious, actually. And what some of them chicks will do, oh, well, I got men in my DMs. Yeah, they want to fuck. They don't want to marry you. The funniest part is when these chicks say, yeah, you know, I've turned down 3 proposals. Really? And that was another thing. Some of these chicks think they got all their life. They have all their life. Somebody is gonna be there. I have all my life. I turned down 3 proposals, 2 proposals. My boyfriend proposed to me twice. I turned him down. Why'd you turn him down? Oh, cause it's just not the right time. Well, how old are you? I'm 37. Some of these women think they got all the time in the world, that men are always gonna be there. And guess what? Passport bros.
Whoa!
Take that!
Now y'all screaming and hollering and trying to get legislation to stop these men from leaving the country because you feel you're trying to make up lies to say they only leaving the country to get prostitutes. They can get that here. Only leaving the country because they can't handle no real women. Bullshit. They don't want to deal with y'all. These are men with money. These are men that have worked hard and accomplished things. And they want to they supposed to be dealing with a woman here that don't cook, that don't clean, and all this other ridiculous shit. They're not going to go back. High value men, even men with good brains, they don't even have to be high value. By definition, I'm not high value, but I'm an alpha. My wife respects me because she knows what I don't deal with. I don't deal with bullshit. I don't deal with nonsense. That's why there's a string of X's before her. That's why she got the ring and they didn't. You're not gonna what? You know what? Oh, okay. Later. Oh, what? You're gonna let those years we went through go down the drain? Bitch, don't play with me. Because I can do battle by myself. I'm the catch. There's more women than there are men. And believe me, for every one man, there's like 9 women. And believe me, I got someone else's 9 and someone else's 9. So 9, 18, 27, 36. I probably got 45 to 1. Because I'm just that damn good. Juice. There you go, good brother. That's what I'm talking about. Single girlfriend trips. Now what do you think's happening on those single girlfriend trips? I just read to you this book, and this woman's been doing that, and you see how articulate this is written? She's motivating women to do shit like this. You see it on Instagram, you see it all over social media. And this is what they're doing. And where were the men talking about don't go? We need to get legislation so that they don't go down to Jamaica and get their backs blown out. Because you know what men will get told? Hey, man up. Stop them from leaving. Be more of a man. Make more money. Get a bigger penis. Get a better car. Get a bigger house. We get judged every day. And what happens with the men who went to school, got their good education, got their good job, or they own their own business, and they whatever they got in life, they've earned it. They deserve to get a return on their investment. And all they require is a good, wholesome, traditional woman. And if they feel they can't find it here, time's running out. They want to reproduce. They want to carry their namesake. What's the problem with them hopping on a plane and going to Africa or wherever else they want to go? Listen, man. I don't know how old y'all are. I've been to Greek Fest. I've been to Freak Nick. I've seen what those girls can do. I've seen what they do. I've literally, with the Greek Fest, seen a group of girls funking around. Wintertime, I'm in Manhattan somewhere, and I go inside of this building. I was interviewing for a job, and who's at the desk about to make the phone call to the boss? It was that girl that was at Jones Beach. It wasn't called twerking back then. It was called Doodoo Brown, and it was her. It was dead ass her. There were no cell phones back then. We had disposable cameras. I had to call my boy, and I literally had to go through the pictures. Oh, that's her. That's her. She's a secretary at this fucking building. There she was. In a dress suit. I said, that's her. See? The world is big, but it's small. But listen, man. Thank you. Black Spring Break, Daytona, Miami. I've been there. Been there. But this is the culture now. The result of that culture was a lot of single mothers and a lot of baby daddies. But being that men are outnumbered by the women, the numbers are off. And these women are still picking these low-life guys. In the lanes, they didn't get a look. But there were a group of men that said, you know what? I'm not gonna die for this pussy. Look, man, I'm about to get this inheritance. I'm about to inherit my grandpa's business. And my family, we low-key millionaires, and I can't be fucking it up with no goddamn women. So by the time they get into their 30s, you ain't got no kids? Oh, you lame. There's something wrong with you. No, I've been careful with my seat. I'm what? I've just been careful with my seat, young lady. Wait, I'm what? I'm lame. Okay. How many kids you got? You got a kid? Oh, I understand. You got a kid because that's just how it is, right? Yeah, because your baby daddy ain't shit. Okay, yeah, I get it. Yeah, I'll call you. Yeah, right. And after 20 of those, he says, I got a passport. I'm going to go to fucking Uganda for my vacation. I'm going to hang out there for a month. And he could meet a black sister from Africa. That's traditional. What's the problem with that? Joe Townsend in the building. What's the problem? The difference is, Juice, and I hear you, brother. I've been there. The difference is, though, white women have an off switch. They have an off switch because they found their husbands caught them in college, and when college is over, while he's off to work, she becomes the soccer mom. She becomes the soccer mom. She's submissive. She cooks. She cleans. She takes care of the kids. She don't give them a headache. These black women, and I'm talking to you because this is the math right here. Not so much. They don't need us. And what I'm saying is the passport, brothers, is the direct reflection. You don't need us, you don't want us, okay? Because if we try to court you and be romantic, send you roses, whatever, you know what these women call these men? Other than lame, they call them stalkers. Look, nigga, I don't want you. Or I'll go out on a date with him because he's buying. He's feeding me, you fat ass. Men are saying, pause, I ain't got to deal with that. What's going on in the Philippines? What's going on in Thailand? What's going on in Africa? What's going on in Europe outside of the UK? They're exercising their options. And these women are so salty that they're going to legislation. So, has making a man become foreign to you? Yeah, it has. And they're going to fucking rub elbows with foreigners. Yo, salute to y'all. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, man. This is a slow cook. Share this video, man. Where we at right now? We got 779 subs, man. We're going to be at a stack pretty soon. We're going to be at a stack probably by the springtime. We'll have a big old celebration. I want everybody to join the panel. You know what I'm saying? But we working. Everyone go subscribe to the family Black Vision. She had her first, her and her husband in Playboy Plays. Make sure I go subscribe to Playboy Plays. Make sure, thank you so love a lot. Make sure that y'all go subscribe to Playboy Plays. Miss Radio, do you do content, good sister? Wait a minute. You're a cook? Young lady, are you a cook? Hold on. She got 27 subs. Let's change that. 27, 28, 29. You should have 30 subs by now. Did you make this food? You reformatted your channel. Okay. That's what's up. I like that. You mostly on TikTok? I'm scared of TikTok. I ain't fucking with TikTok. But hey, man, I'm sub to you now. I got 3 channels, so I'll sub to you with all 3. Don't worry, Shauna. Men like a fat ass. Don't worry about it. No doubt. So y'all make sure y'all go subscribe. And when we have our 1,000 subscribers show, I want everybody on the panel, man. No doubt, so love a lot. I'll see you around, brother. I trust you. Oh, yeah? Yeah, because your food looks very professional. I'm actually hungry looking at that. I'm about to go eat a salad. Okay, 350 calorie homemade chili. I have meatless chili now. Well, actually, I have Beyond Meat chili. Look at this, because I'm vegetarian now. I don't eat meat. Look at this, 400 calorie. I'm gonna scroll through all your videos here. I like looking at food. I watch the Food Network a lot. I watch the Food Network while eating a salad. You know, that's I'm a fat boy. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. And salute to y'all. I gotta get up in the morning. You know what I mean? And salute to y'all, man. Much love and appreciation. Those who I'm working with personally, I'm gonna talk with y'all behind the scenes. Yeah, man. Let's get to work, man. I love it, man. I love this show. It's more relaxing than my boxing channel because I get mad at the industry too hot. I've been putting out a lot of shorts, though. Shorts is where it's at, y'all. But we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that down the road, man. Much love and appreciation, man. And we'll be back here on Monday. And I'm going to do a post-fight for, this kid, Eubanks, and Beefy. Real talk, his name is Beefy. Whatever. Everybody love each other. Catch you on the rebound.